bring that out. So, Anthony, go ahead. Feel free to talk a little bit about Ray Davis in that Buffalo Bills backfield.
Yeah, so Davis is really turning into one of my all-in guys at his current cost. If you look at what, I like to scale it back to previous years. If you look what Buffalo has tried to do, they have tried to bring in a short yardage in between the tackles running back. They've tried it with Damian Harris. They tried it with Latavius Murray. And even when Harris got hurt, Latavius Murray in his 30s saw a decent number of carries. They even brought in Leonard Fournette at the end of last year. They don't want James
Uncle
Cook
Lenny.
to take all of those carries. I think Cook is fine as a receiver out of the backfield. I just don't necessarily think that they trust him in short yardage situations. And we look at Josh Allen. I think he doubled his career high in rushing touchdowns last year. That's an outlier. Do they want, and Josh Allen's getting older, do they want him absorbing all of those hits that he's taking as a ball carrier? If they had a more competent running back, I think this guy's going to see work. Now, I'm not saying Ray Davis is a lock. We still need to see this guy play in training camp in the preseason, but I think he's going to get every opportunity to make some noise in his backfield. I just want to take it one step further. Is there enough work to go around? And I want to pull up what Latavius Murray did last year. Latavius Murray, 79 rushing attempts, 17 receptions, 31.9% snap share. Like he was on the field. Like it wasn't like this guy, like Latavius Murray. Would you expect a 34-year-old Latavius Murray to get that much work? And yes, that is a lot of work for a 34-year-old running back. When you have James Cook, if James Cook was your guy, why is he getting that much? And this is also an offense where Josh Allen is taking a lot of carries as well. Like I just think that the stars are relying, if Ray Davis can be competent and play better than Latavius Murray, I think we're going to get some decent fantasy output from him.
Yeah, and again, we have said this multiple times on the show, but it's with good reason. The point is also with Ray Davis is, like everybody else we're talking about, you're not spending a lot to get him. The draft capital is not. I mean, this is like a scratch off. This is it could hit great. So I actually, Anthony,
I wanted to scale one more thing here before you take it away. 2022 James Cook, right? He looked like the second coming. He averaged 5.8 yards per carry. He only had 91 carries. Last year, when he had 237, it dropped almost a full yard per carry. So you give this guy volume, all of a sudden, this over 5 yards per carry gem doesn't look like that gem anymore as a ball carrier. Still an excellent receiver.
Yeah.
But as a ball carrier, didn't look that good.
I got to be honest. When I saw this in the doc, I was like, I'm going to let him talk his what, I wanted you to convince me. And I would actually say, you have done that. You have convinced me here. So there you go. I think I'm in. Pete, what about you? Did you have any other thoughts, or did you do you like what Anthony's selling here on Mr. Ray Davis?
I do. I think Anthony's point about I think the goal line work is a huge factor for this offense. Latavius Murray was on the field a good bit last year, especially down at the red zone. They brought in Leonard Fournette, who didn't really see the field much, but there was I don't know. I mean, for me, I've never been a big James Cook fan, and so there was always this feeling for me that they just didn't really love the guy. I don't know why, but when it comes to just yards after contact last year, and this is running backs who had a minimum of 200 and around 265 to 275 rushing attempts. James Cook was 28th in the NFL for yards after contact. If you're gonna look for a guy to run the football down at the goal line, they're gonna get touched early, and you need a guy that can bang. And Ray Davis is a guy that can bang down at the goal line. He had 3.81 yards after contact per attempt last year in college football. That ranked 12th in the whole NCAA. So he's a guy that, can be relied on at the goal line, in the short yardage. And so I think he has a chance to steal some touchdowns. I'll definitely be throwing a little bit of money on Ray Davis for sure when it comes to just anytime touchdown scores this season. Just out of curiosity, see if I get some value on that. But yeah, I mean, in all honesty, he's a guy I wouldn't really mind taking a shot on as well. Just getting some exposure. These guys, when we talk late round, Ray Davis isn't a guy I need to have, but he's a guy that I want to have. I want to have a little bit of exposure to him. And so I definitely will and continue to add him to my portfolio at the end of drafts. And I like where he's going at his cost. So I'm definitely willing to take another bite of the apple on Ray Davis.
Yeah, there you go. So there you go. And that question was already, the player was already in our doc, but it just goes to show you that a good question brings out a good conversation, which is why we tell you, join us in these live chats. We will answer your questions. We'll have a good time with your comments. Even if you're talking about who the F is drinking this low budget crap, that's Pete. That's who. That's who's drinking the low budget crap. But he likes it. It
What's
works.
low budget crap? Never.
He was
Never
in front of the Everclear.
You saw about the Everclear. If you play Super Mario backwards, it's a story about a guy who leaves his wife and his life gets progressively easier. Something to think about for all the married people or for those who make it married much longer.
This is like a fortune cookie,
Wait.
Without saying any more, it's kind of.
Where does Jamie get all these tidbits?
I don't know, but I like Uncle Jamie.
True.
I'm a big fan of Uncle Jamie. That's it.
Because I'm going to tell